Do you think it's okay to wear a subtly sexy costume for Halloween in the office?
Well, my costume's pretty sexy right now, so yeah.
Okay, so this intern experienced a murder in the office.
These stories were too spooky for us to even read. Given it's Halloween, we're gonna give you the worst of it.
We're talking about free-range babies.
That was a spooky story. Promoted or demoted, candy corn.
Ugh. Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth. Okay. This one is extremely spooky. Here we go.
Demoted.
Happy Halloween,
Happy
Moterheads.
Halloween, Moterheads. Hi. D-Gang was Gooch.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you are listening on audio only, we came strapped with our Halloween costumes.
I'm itching my eye through the tiniest little slit in my armor. God, that was nice.
I'll describe Ross's costume first. He is a knight.
Yeah.
He has what is that called?
It's like a Knights Templar sort of.
A Knights Templar.
Yeah, I'm a Templar. I mean, you should all know that.
Obviously, he has an authentic, and I know this to be true, an authentic metal helmet.
It rusts. I have to put WD-40 on it to prevent it. I have a whole medieval armory in my office right now. It's actually awful.
And at this point, you've probably seen the Knights of the Conference Table.
Yep.
Ross has released, and these are the costumes from it. I was Lady Calls a lot in the series.
She wore chainmail.
I chose to pick, a different costume for today.
Right. 'Cause she enjoys Halloween, which, by the way, I enjoy Halloween. Before she comes out here and tells everyone I hate Halloween and fun, I don't.
If you hear a lot of metal clinking against the mic, Ross just ran into the mic because his depth perception is a little
I can't
off.
see shit.
Yeah.
I can't see shit.
So he's also in Nike shoes.
I'm wearing Nikes, but it's Knightkee. Night
Keys.
Night keys.
And Ross, what are you looking at here with me?
I'm looking at the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, yeah.
Elphaba.
Alphabet.
And she is covered head to toe in green.
I came home from a wedding wildly hungover, and the first thing I did was paint myself green to come to this episode.
And she is going to turn the beanbags green, which is a huge risk. She's got a nice broom with her. I mean, she went all in, which you got to respect.
I have the green striped socks.
She's got a braid down to her cooch.
I did
not
add
a real braid. I did
add a hair piece in. Ross thought my hair grew over the weekend.
I don't know.
Boys are so easy.
I never know.
Never.
I was like, that's nice.
Yeah, so today we're talking spooky Halloween
We're doing
stories.
spooky Halloween stories. I've had a few Halloweens in the office.
Yeah, like what's the best Halloween costume you've had?
Let me just,
I think, release.
The problem is now that my visor's up, it pulls back. So I'm like already leaning back. I'm like, my neck is,
Yeah.
Let me just, fuck yeah.
The visor. He pulled his visor up. Now I can see his face.
It's so heavy. It's just,
Hey.
I wish I could just rest my head against something right now because
You
it is
can't.
heavy.
I wish I could rest my hand anywhere except hovering because it's covered in paint.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you cannot touch anything.
I know.
You absolutely cannot
I already
touch
got
anything.
like a tiny bit on the beanbag, and I know you're gonna freak out.
I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
I know.
Remember how long it took to shape these beanbags when we got them?
Yeah, and they're still so uncomfortable.
I don't want to go through that again.
I know.
I don't even know if they sell these anymore. Okay, what's your favorite costume that you've ever worn?
I have two that come to mind.
Okay.
Pregnant Kylie Jenner,
Okay.
which was huge when I was in college.
Yeah.
My whole friend did all the full Kardashians.
Yeah.
And then, which my friend was Chris. She was the original Chris. So then when I was in the Charlie Puth show as momager with the wig, they were like, wow, Natalie, you got to ask Melissa for that IP.
Yeah, you totally jacked your steez.
And then Guy Fieri. I was also in college. Didn't have to pay cover at the bar because I was considered a man. And I did have to pay cover.
You did.
I did have to pay cover at the
I was
bar.
like, what is this, like some reverse gender thing where it's like women gotta pay cover?
Notre Dame. Yeah, makes all the women pay. No,
you want equality? This is what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and then I was in 5th grade Fandango. For all you millennial listeners, Fandango print tickets at home. I was a giant paper bag with a hula skirt.
That's right.
So
I remember the paper bag.
What are your costumes? I feel like you've been one costume for many years.
Yeah, this is me mixing it up.
Yep.
Although I went as a pirate at your Halloween thing last year.
You did. That was huge for you.
I went as Wolverine for probably 8 years in a row.
Yep.
Becca tells
Ross
a story.
likes to get some good use out of something. If he's going to purchase a costume, he's going to get 8
I had
years
jeans at
worth.
home.
Yeah.
I had a whatever cut off ready to go, and I shaved my sideburns. And honestly, I was super jacked. So
any like Wolverine stories, like any drunk stories?
I went Wolverine to the office a couple of years.
Oh, good.
There was one year when I was getting into an Uber afterwards, and I confused 16th Street and 16th Ave, and the Uber was like, "Are you sure?" And I wasn't sure. And fortunately, Becca was there to be like, "He's definitely not sure.
He's hammered."
He's hammered." And I just apparently went off on this guy about how lucky he was to be driving the Wolverine around.
Stop it.
And I've got like
you learned about it later.
I've got like tinfoil claws that I made.
I will ruin you.
Yeah, I wrapped tinfoil around plastic knives and made this kind of like grip thing, which is, it was kind of.
I love a DIY. I love when people make costumes. Like I think those are the best.
I went DIY on it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was nice.
So in the office, obviously the sales floor all dresses up. They're all personality hires.
Yeah,
they're gonna enjoy Halloween. They're gonna go to a giant happy hour. They're gonna get hammered.
Showing a little skin, like duh.
Of course you're showing some skin.
Duh.
Yeah, million sexy cats.
There were 8 Princess Leias.
Yeah, hot.
When she's with Jabba the Hutt and she's in chains, like
so hot.
Ripping dials.
Yeah, of course.
This is like before everybody was on Zooms too, so it was all phone calls.
And so everyone dressed. Any notable costumes from your office days? I never saw a single soul at Deloitte dress up. Obviously,
not really. I mean, there were a lot of people who would wear costumes that were so just huge. Like gigantic boxes.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, it's just like you can't even fit through a door.
The Kanye West video where they were like in the boxes. Was it Kanye West?
Music, or was it the Weeknd was like in the weird like rooms where he keeps like looking around. He has no idea where he's going. That was like a huge meme for a while. I don't know.
There was this big. My friend was at for senior year of college where she was just a giant box and like no one could talk to her and. It was like, okay, did you have fun? Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Being isolated and alone the whole night?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you subscribe? I mean, clearly not. To the sexy costume.
What do you mean clearly not? Yeah, this is my sexy costume.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I've never been a sexy costume. I actually was sexy one year. You saw me. Euphoria.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Ross is like,
hot.
Don't remember, wasn't hot at all.
No. I just
all my friends.
It's lose for me if I comment.
It's total lose. All my friends dressed up as Euphoria a couple years ago.
Yeah,
that was fun. That was hot. But then I was like, you know what? No, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Where's my man's wig? Where's my green paint?
Right.
Where's my broom?
Let me stuff a pillow in my shirt and look huge.
Yeah, let's get back to me.
Yeah.
I did a United bit where I dressed as a dad and I was just straight up in the SFO Terminal 3 filming. Like, everyone's like, I can't believe you did this in the middle of the airport. Like, most of the comments are like, I wish I saw this live.
Yeah.
I'm just screaming, running around in the, like, walking strip, like, with a pillow and a wig.
Are people, like, just, was it a busy day?
Of course it was.
Yeah, it's SFO, of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
So,
Why wouldn't it be?
Do you remember, like, trick-or-treating as a kid?
Of course. That was my shit.
Was it?
With all the little hoodlums, all of us would just run around. Back in Georgia.
Yeah.
All the streets were, like, flat, and they were all interconnected through these cut-throughs. So we had 3 parallel streets, and you could like sneak between houses.
Wow.
And all the neighborhood kids, we would dress up and just pillage the land with candy. We'd have big pillowcases.
Love that.
We'd go out like right as it started to get dark.
Were you the kid who like, if it said take one, you'd like look around and grab four handfuls?
No, I actually believe in karma. I had friends who would do that. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I completely agree.
Like someone's going to get me if I do that.
Someone's going to get you.
Yeah.
I remember trick-or-treating as a kid, and my younger brother, Harry, our neighbor, Pat, is obsessed with him. Like, I don't know why Pat loves
like,
Harry.
relax.
Pat hates me. So every time, for no reason, this is grounded in nothing. We would go over to Pat's, and Pat's would have a custom giant chocolate bar for Harry and would give me just a Snickers.
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
Well, you're a woman. So.
Like, Pat, what? Pat's a woman.
God.
I know.
Those gender neutral names.
So, and it's Pat and Pat. She's married to Pat as well. 2
Pats? Double Pat?
Anyway, Pat's kind of like the grandma from Hansel and Gretel. She was going to cook Harry and I up, mostly me. But
that was like my biggest fear as a kid, getting cooked.
I was
what if
so
I get cooked?
scared of getting
cooks
cooked.
Me?
Someone's going to take me and cook me.
They're going to fucking cook me.
Yeah. My biggest fear still is kidnapping, and like I'm not a kid. So
yeah.
What is it called when you're not a
kid and
getting taken?
An adult. Yeah, you're an adult and you get taken and sold into the trade.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So
it's
scary.
Not funny, but
I think no one's taking me now with this. Hopefully.
They're like, yeah, no.
Too much cleanup.
Pass.
Too much cleanup.
Pass. We'll take all the other ones.
What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Reese's, Kit Kat, Twix. Those are kind of my Mount Rushmore of candies.
Mine's Reese's peanut butter cups, obviously.
Yeah, I mean Reese's is the best.
The King Cup, the egg, the Reese's egg around Easter. Oh my God.
Fuck me up with a Reese's egg.
It's like 800 calories for one bite. You're just like, yes, give me some of that.
I'll have 10.
I'll have 10.
Sure, I'll have 10.
Thanks. And then I'll like literally pass out and barf.
Yeah.
So I'm eating so much candy.
Such bad heartburn. Why?
My parents never restricted me from candy, which I loved. Like I had
Same.
this friend growing up, Talbot. Her parents didn't let her have any sugar, and she'd come to my house and like actually eat like she was going to the chair. Did you have friends like that when you were younger who just like their parents do not let them eat anything unhealthy?
I wasn't around a lot of Montessori kids.
I mean, my house was stacked with like Lucky Charms, Lego Maegos, like everything.
We were known for our pantry.
Oh yeah,
Took great pride in our pantry.
Like I had no restrictions as a kid. Thank you, Mom.
I had to hide candy. I had a pillowcase. I would always create a decoy pillowcase because my parents would pillage my candy when I was gone at school or something.
Yeah.
And so I'd
They're
put
like,
a decoy
this kid is
one.
high as hell on sugar.
Yeah.
We got it.
But I take all my shitty candy corn, whatever, all the like sweet tarts, that shit.
Oh, I love candy corn.
Throw all that shit in one bag and then keep the like chocolate based stuff in another one. So my parents would pillage it and I know.
And do you have, we both live in kind of houses now. Do people come and knock on your door currently?
Ours is a very, very busy street, very flat, and we're in an apartment, but there's a ton of really nice houses that are like 5 blocks down.
Yeah.
So I turn off all the lights, make sure it's pitch black, and I just peer out the window. I make sure not a single kid
No
rings
one's
our bell.
getting candy. Yeah.
No one's getting candy. I mean, we'd have to park ourselves down at the bottom because there's like a kind of a gate. There's 2 units.
Yeah. I'm in a house now. I'm like, is someone going to come knock on my, it's like a flag lot. I'm hoping they just kind of don't.
Yeah, like
Why
I
are
do
we
like
so,
spooky
why are we
shit.
so not?
I do like spooky shit. I would like to make some spooky shit one day. It's just like it's an apartment and I don't really want to.
If a kid knocked on my door and held out a pillowcase, I'd be like, what the hell do you want?
I'd probably just pull the trigger.
No. You're so bad.
That
Okay.
was incredibly unnecessary.
What is like the office etiquette for wearing Halloween costumes?
Okay, there are 5 rules for wearing costumes in the office.
Can't be sexy, but it can be suggestive.
Right. It can't be terrifying, but it can be spooky. No gore.
I love no gore.
No gore.
Absolutely no blood.
Like it can't be like, but it can be like,
Ooh, I'm a little spooked.
yeah, it's a little spooky.
You have to commit, but not go over the top. Like I would say Alphaba is a bit too much.
Right. Like
You're getting green on the
trying
phones.
very hard.
You're getting
And-
green on the phones.
Right, I was gonna say you're gonna get green on someone. They're gonna be pissed.
Like
they didn't
it's
ask
too
for
much.
this.
It
IT
changes
guy.
people's view of me.
Yeah.
Like we might lose some listeners on this podcast because they're like, Natalie took it too far, and that's a risk we're willing to take.
Yeah, it's a risk we're willing to take. I mean, we take things pretty far here.
Yeah.
I mean, there is green all over your shit right now, and I'm just glad that you're using the
skirt.
skirt as sort of a bib,
A bib.
a beanbag bib, if
It
you
is.
will.
It is a bib. Yep.
The 4th one is you want people to talk about it, but in a good way.
Totally.
You can see when
You
people
don't
are like
want
murmuring.
that. You don't want that locker room talk murmuring.
Yeah, everyone's looking at you, kind of glaring, like looking at each, like really.
Like, wow, Natalie kind of looks like a slut.
Like I don't know why Natalie looks like a big green slut right now, but
Don't do nothing. Right. You have no personality, and you should be fired.
Right, don't
That's
do
our
nothing.
That's our last and final rule.
don't do nothing.
Bring a piece of candy. Throw some cat ears on.
Right. A little half-ass, like I don't know, tie something around yourself. I
Have a
don't
little
know.
scarf, a little bandana scarf.
Right. I'm a
I mean,
bandit.
show that you acknowledge this.
Right.
It was Annie and I were on a call. This is hilarious. And we're filming on Halloween day at a Marriott. We're doing a partnership. And she's like, I do want to note, like, it is Halloween for those who observe. So if we want to move the film day, everyone's like, what? Halloween is not Halloween's not a real holiday.
As a witch, I do take it pretty seriously.
Yeah. Like as if
We all
like
get
for
together.
those who observe Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah, we go to the local swamp and we just observe.
I started my makeup this morning and it was leaning really hard into Shrek and Fiona. And I was like, wait, this is not what I'm going for. So I put a fake lash on just in case. Adds an incredible amount of sex appeal. No one's talking about it.
I just got to notice the green affect the lamination.
Of my eyebrows.
Yeah.
No, lamination's good.
Lamination's
Standing
good.
strong. I ran the green stick through it just to make sure there was
Right.
no like white showing through my brows.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should. Okay, let's move now to our spooky confessions. Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
The audio listeners are like, we can't even see you. Stop talking about your costumes. We don't care.
Yeah.
But for me, it's hard because the whole beanbag's green now.
The whole
right?
beanbag's green, but that's good because then you can start wearing white. And
Yes.
Talon won't get mad at you because the beanbag is going to be green.
The beanbag will be green. Mine's
So-
green. Yours is white. So
Yeah.
let's get into spooky stories. These are corporate confessions that have been too spooky for us to share until now. But we felt like Halloween Day, we could
Yeah.
let it out.
All right, so we're going to tee up a spooky corporate confession, but it's going to be audio. So everybody listen up.
Hi, heathens. Absolutely love the pod. I comment on each of your guys' posts, interesting posts, every time. My voice memo today isn't necessarily about advice, although I guess it kind of is. It's more about just a story, an allegory, if you will. So I work in sales and I sell big electronics. And we being my manager and my grand manager and I were driving to a site, and in the car, someone farted. Like, truly an awful fart. Probably one of the worst. Like, it wasn't loud. It just, oh my God, it was so bad. Anyway, I was in the front seat, my grand boss was driving, and my manager was in the back. And I didn't want to roll down the window because then it would, like, look like I farted. So, and both of them, like, thought the same thing, evidently. We spent, like, probably 10 minutes with just the worst looming smell that I've ever experienced. Like, would bring a tear to your eye.
Cooking in it.
Anyway, did I make the right choice not rolling down the window? What would you guys have done? I'm curious to hear.
Oh my
that's
God.
not funny at all.
That is so funny. That's not funny at all.
That's not funny at all.
Ross is crying under his night mask. I want to address a few things in this before we get into it. One, our producer titled this confession Fart Prison, which is hilarious.
Fart prison.
Secondly,
Fart prison.
there is no way. My manager and grand manager, is this a freaking fraternity?
Yeah, grand manager.
What
That's
do you
funny.
mean grand manager?
I guess
I'm obsessed with that.
manager's manager. Grand manager works for me.
So me and my grand manager in the car, they get trapped in a fart prison.
Yeah.
Thank God you did not roll the window down. I will say that you
manager
just have.
and grand manager. So there's 3 in the car.
And who was it? I don't know.
Someone absolutely soils their britches.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do? You don't roll the window down because that, I agree, is total you smelt it, you dealt it vibes.
I don't know. Because you're at that point, you are eating it. You are all in there. You're eating it. If you're smelling it, you're tasting it. You're eating it.
You're tasting it, eating it.
I would probably say something like, "Wow." After that, I am completely full. No. We shouldn't stop for lunch. I just ate a lot of farts.
I'm actually totally full.
I'm totally full on farts.
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks. Yeah. That's terrifying.
That's so
the fart
funny.
prison. I love how she also just turned it into like a question, like, would you guys have rolled the window down?
I think
I was at a wedding this weekend with my parents, and like there was a total looming fart smell at one point, and we were like, whoa, what was that?
Yeah.
Like we were talking to someone, and then it's just like, it's so awkward. Like, how does someone rip that and just leave it?
right.
And we were in like a large venue. We weren't in a car, so it like eventually dissipated, but
Happened to Becca and I on a plane. I was pretty sure it was so corrosive. I was pretty sure the plane was going to split in half.
Remember that Delta flight that was grounded because someone shit their britches?
Yeah.
Blew up the bathroom?
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens here. See, I think it's harder because I'm going to make an assumption here, and I could be wrong, but manager and grand manager are both men. And I'm going to say
That's your assumption?
I'm going to make that assumption. If it's me and 2 dudes, I'm probably going to call it out and be like, okay, who actually just died in here? Who just died? And can you please roll down the windows? Whichever one of you did this, shame on you.
I'm going to make the assumption that it was 3 women because they would never address it.
They would just never address it.
Oh, just walking normal. Don't say anything. Just
this is how life is now. Yes. I guess this is just how the car smells.
This is our new life.
Meanwhile, your eyebrows are singed off.
Okay, so this is my new reality. This is my new reality. Breathe through your mouth is so disgusting. It's like, just take it in and eat it.
So okay. I love the new smell in the car. I love what you've done with it.
I love it here. Wait, it's so nice. It's our new home. Can you please
keep the child lock on? I don't want to roll down the window. Please.
Let's keep driving forever and keep this in here. Oh my God.
I'm probably going to address it.
Of course.
Because I'm like, and then denying until I die.
Yeah.
Assuming it's not me. If it is me, like
I do feel like there is some power in being the first one to say like, whoa.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm sorry. Can we acknowledge what just happened here?
It's like when you're driving down 101 and you're like, oh God, the bay. It's really smelly. The marshy
Must
bay.
Be low tide.
Must be the bay, right?
Yeah. For me, it's just like whoever did that, shame on you. Now please roll down the window because I'm already full. I actually ate before I got in here. So I'm good. Okay. I'm good. Thank you.
Whoever did that, shame on you. Moving on.
I didn't realize there was an in-flight meal. Okay. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Here's a spooky corporate confession. The office space where I was doing quality assurance work and the warehouse were connected by a small hall right where my desk was. It was Friday at about 3 p.m. and everybody from the warehouse comes running into the office. Most of the people working in the warehouse didn't speak English well and started to scream, fire. I thought there was a fire in the warehouse, but somebody who spoke better English screamed, firearm, and we all scrambled out of the building. So many police and SWAT team members showed up with guns and kept us safe while they looked for the shooter. I didn't know somebody actually got shot and died when I was outside with everybody until I got questioned about what I heard/saw by the detectives. I didn't hear anything since I had my AirPods in and was scrolling through TikTok like most interns do. The person who got murdered was actually a new employee to the warehouse, middle-aged man who owed some money to some drug dealers. That Monday, the company got everybody together, gave us a talk about what happened, and made us chant about how strong we are together. I felt more like a pep rally than anything. Of course, it turns into a chant after murder.
Stronger
together. One man down. We're stronger for it. You got to go through loss to make some gains.
Right.
So this one is playfully titled Murder at Internship.
Yeah.
By
Sometimes
Talon.
you got to tear it down to build it up.
Yep. Makes us stronger together.
Does make us stronger.
We're still in Ohana.
Turned out this was a middle-aged man, important detail. So he's roughly my age, I suppose. So now I'm empathizing with the middle-aged, owed money to drug dealers, another thing I empathize with.
Totally.
And
this was you.
This was me. Just owed some money to some drug dealers. That's why
I love how
money.
It's like it's such a serious story and classic just Gen Z intern being like, but I of course had my AirPods in and was watching TikTok like most interns do.
Yeah, after getting questioned by like the FBI.
You're like, ahem, what do you want?
Yep. What?
I'm watching TikToks.
Pulls AirPod up. What?
So have any of you experienced murder in your workplace? Let us know.
Let us know in the comments. I have a terrible story about third nipples. I had a girl on my team who recently had a baby. She came to me to ask for some time off because she needed to have minor surgery. I asked if she was okay. She was wearing a sleeveless shirt and she showed me what looked like a light mole. She said she was fine but had to get the mole removed because it was actually a third nipple, and since she was lactating, it would also leak. Did she technically show her supervisor her nipple? Still haunts me.
We've talked about third nipples before.
Honestly, more than I ever would have thought.
That's kind of one of the core pillars of this podcast.
Yeah, when they talk about lore is
poo
poo pee pee, third nipples.
Nipple. I do think a lactating third nipple is one of my biggest fears now unlocked.
Yeah, I don't
even have a third nipple, but I'm now thinking when I have a baby, like, of course, like women can't just like, waste 9 months of their life, like completely chained to this pregnancy. And then they have to lactate and then also lactate out of a third nipple.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to show my manager my third nipple. I don't care. It's a mole.
Check this out.
Check this out. At that point, it's science. Okay. Right. Third nipple science. One of the main two, harassment.
Yeah.
Third nipple, science.
Right. Complete delineation. Yeah. And honestly, this story haunts me as well. Just thinking about it.
I feel haunted. Should we take a slight break to tell the Winnie the Rizz story?
Yeah. Okay. Motorheads, we need to let you in on some lore here. It's very important.
It's something we laugh about daily.
We laugh about it daily. It's going to sound a lot less funny to you, but we want to let you in.
It's definitely had to be their moment, but we'll let you in. I'll paint the picture and let Ross take it from there. Ross, Becca, and I are sitting in our office. Becca is Ross's wife and brand manager, and before every episode, we all sit together, create the outline, look through it. We're kind of workshopping ideas, and this was on the Corporate Rizzlers episode.
Yeah, like how to have corporate Rizz.
And we're trying to like think of clever ideas to say at the top of the episode. I don't know if you remember our hilarious intro where we're like,
we're like Rizness woman,
the Wizard of Oz, like
Walt
all these
Disney
things. And Becca jumps in
with such a good idea,
which was
Winnie the Rizz, which didn't work at all. Which was like. Sometimes she has like good ideas, but oftentimes
it's Winnie the Rizz.
We leave the management to her and we leave the creative to us. And
so we all just sat there in silence. We're like, did you just say Winnie the Rizz?
No, like Rizzy McGuire.
Also,
again,
like
Walt Disney.
Rizzy the Pooh might have worked, maybe.
Like
Winnie the Rizz was such a reach. It's not even funny. And so every day, if Becca says like an idea or a joke or anything, if something doesn't land even slightly, we're both like, okay, Winnie the Rizz. Okay. Thank you, Winnie the Rizz.
So
and we're
Becca
going to bring her out here. We just want to show you guys for the viewers what Becca has dressed as today. She is Winnie the Rizz.
She's Winnie the Rizz.
There she
went
is.
as Winnie the Rizz. So now the lore is complete.
We love her. You'll get to hear her on an episode. So
Winnie the Rizz.
we'll let Winnie the Rizz have her moment. You'll get to hear it from her side.
I might just start calling her Winnie.
Kind of just get what was going through her mind at that point when she said that.
Right.
Which
it was
maybe
one of those
we'll never know.
moments where I actually was single for about
You were single for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Our next spooky story.
Yep.
Dear Demoted, I'm a huge fan of the podcast. Last episode, you shared a story about a screen share fail and reminded me of my own story. One time I was on a Teams call with a coworker. She was sharing her whole screen and I could see that she had a few tabs open. One of the tabs was for Google search for yellow cum. She didn't realize it the whole time and I didn't want to make it awkward by saying something. She's a mom in her 40s. I still wonder to this day why she was Googling that. I thought this would be a fun one to share on the podcast. You guys always make me laugh, which is sometimes embarrassing since I usually listen when I'm commuting to work on the Metro. Thanks for everything you do. Keep up the good work. Wow. Thank you, yellow cum.
That is spooky.
That is so spooky.
That is spooky.
And especially because it's a genuine search. It's like been experiencing some yellow cum.
Yeah, and you know what? It's efficient. Like, what's my issue? Yellow cum. That's the issue. And that's what I will search.
Tell me what's wrong.
Not like, is it bad? Is it normal?
No.
Yellow cum.
My Google searches have gotten so short. I'm so lazy. Like, remember when you used to be in middle school and you would have to type the most like long specific thing because like Google was still kind of figuring out the search
blank
function.
when you blank, if blank
through
or
the
blank.
use of similes and metaphors.
Right.
Yeah, like
Metaphor.
Now I'm just like typing nipple.
Yeah.
Cum.
Yellow cum. Okay.
Yellow cum. Okay, we're worried about you. That still keeps us up at night.
What was that search result? Page 1 on Google.
Does your partner have jaundice? Does your partner have?
Is it hers?
Is it hers?
Is it hers?
Is it her yellow cum?
Is it her yellow cum?
As you can see, these stories are really spooky, and we had to be in costume to share them because even reading them makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I feel a little spooked.
Yeah.
All right. Happy hour. Tech supplier in town to wine and dine my business partner and I. Parentheses happens to be my boyfriend, but supplier doesn't know this. Supplier rep sends a screenshot of my photo from LinkedIn to my business partner / boyfriend and says, Dibs. Sorry. We order drinks and I'm as rude and standoffish as humanly possible. Supplier rep confused. I wait for my moment when there is one piece of tuna left on the appetizer plate. Supplier rep reaches for it and I violently swipe up the last piece and say, Dibs. His face turns white. He sits back in his chair silent the rest of the night and we never sell them. Ever.
Wow. That's like, I felt like I was reading a novel. Like
That was savage.
the climax when she said dibs.
Yeah.
So
Now
kind
there's
of,
yellow cum everywhere.
yeah, we're just sitting in a resolution and a freight tags pyramid. Yellow cum everywhere.
Yellow cum.
That is hot.
I might have played into like my boyfriend piece. I would have like had like a reveal there at the end or just like.
I love that she never revealed that.
Right.
She's just like, I run everything. I read everyone's texts. I'm all knowing and I have yellow cum.
And I have yellow cum. And I don't know, maybe like, is this too petty or too messed up? Just like maybe share a kiss in front of him and then be like, and then he could wink and be like, Dibs.
I do like that, but you have to give her the punch.
No, right. Maybe she says Dibs.
She has to have her hero arc. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I do like your rewrite though, for maybe an alternate ending.
Yeah, maybe like the extended kind of like director's cut.
Would it be, Ross, would it be too much to share a kiss?
That's me talking like I've got the...
you saying share a kiss is so funny.
The intimacy coordinator?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Hi, is it okay if he touches you? This is a sex scene.
Is it okay if he shares a kiss?
Yeah, you guys should look up intimacy coordinators.
The intimacy coordinator is on set when there's ever like a nude scene or like a sex scene or anything. And sometimes even just like kissing scene. You just want to like make sure the intimacy is coordinated. It's all consensual. And like their whole role is like.
Would you be comfortable sharing a kiss at the table in front of the supplier rep?
Totally.
Totally cool. If not, we can kind of like fix it in post, but let us know.
Just wondering if you could share a kiss and then turn and wink and say dibs.
Anyway, I mean, look, I'm an ideas guy. You could say no.
Anyway.
I've learned to stop prefacing things by saying, wouldn't it be funny if? Because that's what every jabron on the street says.
You always say, wouldn't it be funny if?
Or they say, you know what would be funny?
You just say it.
And then they say something that's horribly not funny.
Yeah.
And
so
you're like,
oh
my God, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And I open my phone. I'm like, I'm writing that down. I'm literally I don't even unlock my phone. Just clattering keys.
I like just saying it. Yeah. I don't know how like people survive on this earth without sharing every personal detail of themselves, like to their colleagues and people. Like I would have sat down and been like, this is my boyfriend. Like before we went to the meal, I'd be like, oh, we're going into, by the way, this is a date and you're going to be there awkwardly.
Yeah.
Like that's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I would never not share that.
She got that last piece of tuna though.
You know what's really spooky?
Sashimi kind of.
AI.
I'm scared, but also hopeful.
And I'm also slightly hopeful because Notion just released the new Notion AI, and it's a single AI tool that does it all.
And Natalie, for our new listeners, what's Notion AI?
The new Notion AI is a single AI tool that does it all. Search across Notion and other apps, generate docs in your own style, and analyze PDFs and images, and chat with you about anything.
Wow, that's sick.
Maybe I'm not so spooked anymore. Ross, how can I get my hands on a tool like this?
You can try Notion for free when you go to notion.com/demoted.
That's all lowercase letters.
Notion.com/demoted to try the powerful and easy to use Notion AI today. And when you use our link, you're supporting our show.
Notion.com/demoted.
AI is not so spooky anymore.
Now that I'm kind of high on Notion AI, should we show some tasteful ways to bring Halloween spirit into the office?
Yes, because I think a lot of people are nervous. Remember we said don't do nothing.
Don't do nothing.
Don't do nothing, so...
Convert the office into a haunted house where the jump scare is HR telling you to finish your compliance training over and over and over again.
That's hell. That's literal hell. Conduct a seance to try and banish the spirit of the IT guy so he never asks you to change your password again.
I love banishing the spirit of the IT guy.
Every 90 days is too often.
Right?
No
That's
one's
way
hacking
too
me.
often. And I have a really strong password. It's password123. You could hack my Instagram right now.
Go on.
Put a fake spider on Brenda's desk. She has arachnophobia.
That would kind of fuck me up.
A fake spider would scare the living.
I
You know
hate
those little
spiders.
fake like rubber rats?
I don't really do spiders.
I don't do spiders.
I just simply don't. Strictly kill on sight. They're not good for me. They're not good for anyone.
I was at my friend Aubrey's house. Aubrey and Wood. They're also on TikTok. Hilarious. Love them. And I was like, guys, there's a spider in their living room. They're like, oh, it's fine. We know. It's not hurting.
know?
It's not hurting anyone. What do you mean it's not hurting anyone?
Not hurting anyone yet. Like, what are you talking about? Like that thing doesn't have plans to take over?
What if that thing was in your bed? Would you say the same?
Yeah. What if it has 9 million little babies in the corner right now that are looking for food?
You're going to go grab a jar, a mason jar, and a piece of paper and release it into the outside. It's already built a home here.
Yeah.
Kill it.
Yeah. Send a message and then put it on a pike and show it on all the other spiders. Leave it as a message in the front yard.
100%.
Let out a horrifying shriek anytime you receive an email.
That's literally what Annie does.
Just a blood-curdling shriek.
Anytime Annie receives an email, she goes, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, no. We were all like, what's
Oh
wrong?
my God. You would think someone passed.
I actually did think that.
And we're like, wait, Annie, what's wrong? What happened?
Oh no. She's like, they emailed me back.
The brand just confirmed that the product's on its way.
Okay.
Hang on. In some cases, that might be considered a good thing.
Yeah.
Sign all your documents in blood.
I think that's so spooky.
Ross and
fun.
I wrote these a few days ago, actually. And we were like, we got to get blood in there somehow.
Blood has to be there.
So we
So
decided,
there's your blood.
sign it in blood.
Cobweb your rival's desk. And obviously, cobweb as a verb means to cover all of your coworkers' belongings in that like cottony cobweb stuff.
Yeah, to cobweb.
To cobweb.
Add green food coloring to the coffee maker and call it a potion.
That's so fun.
I love turning anything green. I love
You are turning
the
everything.
beanbag
Everything's
green.
a potion right now.
My
around
dress is a potion.
You are a potion.
Ross, on the heels of the blood comment, said we got to get potion in there.
I love the word potion.
I love a good posh.
I love a potion.
Poshy posh.
Potion and elixir. I'm just saying. All right. Last but not least, create tombstones for all the people who were laid off.
Addition by subtraction.
Gone but not forgotten.
Yes.
Gone but not forgotten. I actually used to, fun fact about me, I am fun sometimes. I used to keep the name tag. So like everybody's desk would have like their name printed on like a plastic, sturdy kind of plastic thing that would slide into a little like plastic holder.
Love that.
And I would take all of them when they would get let go or they'd quit, whatever. And I had I was the keeper of souls.
You had a graveyard.
I had a
Keeper of
graveyard. I was
souls.
the keeper of souls. And we'd go to happy hour or we'd be drunk in the office on like a party day. And we'd just go through and be like, oh, remember this guy?
Remember Brian?
This guy was fucking crazy.
That is
this guy,
so
we would do that.
funny.
And we would all just like reminisce about the people.
Did you also do the putting the photo on the milk carton email.
Yes, I did that too.
Was that you?
That was me.
Okay, we've had so many episodes that I get lost in like.
Yeah. When prospects wouldn't respond to us, we'd send a picture of a milk carton with their face on it and be like, missing, where are you? I thought you were interested in Glassdoor. Maybe don't joke about missing children.
So good.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, fair. Should we get into a little P or D, promoted or demoted?
Promoted, demoted.
Before I sweat all this green off.
Do we not like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You are glistening gloriously.
Is it glowing? The lights are kind of getting to me.
First one, trick-or-treating as an adult with no children.
Gonna have to demote. You can go to the store and grab your own candy. It's a little weird. Are you okay?
Here's the thing. You can do it, but you can't. You have to wear a mask.
You're just a really big kid.
You're just a really big kid.
Yeah. And then you and your gruff, middle-aged man
Thank
voice. Yeah. Thanks so much. Can't wait to dive into this Kit Kat bar
Shoving
later.
little Timmy out of the way so I can get the last good piece.
Trick or treat.
I'm going to promote it.
Promoted or demoted candy corn.
Gross. Get it away from me. Disgusting.
I'm promoting. I literally love candy corn. It's the most polarizing thing. I think it's so good.
I honestly always wondered who. Like the people who eat Peeps. Do you like Peeps?
Ross, I love Peeps.
You like Peeps. Okay. That makes sense.
I give away Peeps as like party favors at my birthdays.
Don't ever give me one.
I'm obsessed with them.
Don't ever give me one.
Well, you don't eat sugar. You're disgusting.
I've been known to eat a little shuggy shug when I'm a good boy.
You never let yourself loose ever. I eat crap constantly. That's why there's crap streaming through my body. I had Doritos for dinner last night.
You didn't put on makeup today, and this is what you look like.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Promoted, demoted, listening to movie scores.
I'll let you take this one.
Promoted, hard promote. Hans Zimmer, my number one Spotify Wrapped last 3 years. I went to his concert recently.
How was it?
Gladiator soundtrack. Well, it was great other than the bomb threat that started it 2 hours late. We were all stuck outside.
Stop it.
Yeah, someone called in a bomb threat on Oracle Arena. It was really fucking awesome.
Did it sound amazing though?
It was fucking really cool.
So there's a whole live like symphony. He did like
the music from Batman. He's a composer. So, but he also
Does he have the stick or he's playing?
No. He plays 9 different instruments, but he like wrote all of the different parts of it.
Wow.
So they've got like 30 people up on there. They've got some world-renowned guitar players, violinists, cello, drums. They did Batman. They did Inception. They did Interstellar, which is like the best soundtrack of all time.
Yeah.
They did Gladiator for all my homies out there. They did Lion King.
Love
like,
that.
Absolute banger after banger after banger.
Love that. How long were you there?
It was a 2-hour concert.
Yeah.
Just for the old heads. Like, I don't need a 4-hour concert. I don't need an opener.
No.
Hans was just like, let me just rip through like 10 different soundtracks
2
that were
hours
incredible.
of Hans. Your edible hit a little bit early, I'm assuming.
It did hit really early.
With the bomb threat thing.
We're all standing outside.
You're waiting. Like
some dude recognized me, comes up and he's like, hey, he's like, just so you know, it's a bomb threat. Cause all of us are standing there like, I know. He's like, I got a boy who's on Oakland PD. He's texting me right now. I guess it's like a bomb threat. And like, he said it should be like chill, but they got to like kick everybody out of the arena, search the whole place, and then let everyone back in.
He's like, anyway, could I grab a photo or something?
We grabbed a photo.
You did grab a.
We had time.
We had time. All the time in the world.
Yeah. So
promoted or demoted, putting on cat ears and saying you're a sexy cat. We were cracking up at this.
Yeah. Promoted.
You're promoting.
Well, okay. What else are we wearing?
What if you're just wearing the ears and you just are self-proclaimed sexy?
Sexy cat. Like
I love like calling myself sexy.
Just button down.
Because I know it ain't true.
Sexy cat.
I'm picturing like Rob from accounting being like, oh, I'm a sexy cat.
Like, okay. That plays.
All right.
Honestly, that's good enough for me in the office.
That is
wear
good
your
enough
normal
for me.
work clothes, throw on that, and call yourself sexy cat. Like, that's funny. All right, promoted, demoted. The song Monster Mash. Promoted.
It is the Monster Mash.
Monster Mash. It was a mash. It was a graveyard smash. Do the mash.
There was this friend we had in college, Vikram Ramesh, and we hosted a party, the Monster Mesh, and no one came. So it was us in full. It was the night we were in our Kardashians. I was pregnant Kylie. I went all freaking out, and no one came to we got a keg.
That's great.
No one came.
No one came. That's how I always felt in college. We lived in this just shithole, and we threw so many parties. And you start the party at X time. Nobody shows up till 2 hours after that starts.
Totally.
And you spend those 2 hours like everyone hates us. Everyone hates us, and this party sucks. And
We're
we have
getting
so much alcohol.
belligerently drunk.
Yes, before
no
anyone
one's
shows
coming.
up.
Yeah, except ours. No one came.
That's really sad. Sorry.
Monster Mash promoted.
Yeah. On that note, Monster Mash promoted. Last one. Haunted houses.
I was just getting a facial, and the girl, she kind of like loves like spooky stuff, and she was like, I love haunted houses. Like I don't. I used to pretend. I used to be that kid that was like, I love the haunted house. I really want to go in. I'd be so scared.
So scared.
I'm so scared.
scared.
I'm really so scared. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Like
I might throw a punch.
Yeah.
It's like mirrors and
I know
like
it's like
blinking
it's
lights.
your job. I don't like that feeling.
No. Would I prepare and build a haunted house? That sounds kind of fun. Like scaring other people sounds fun. But you
want to be behind the scenes.
I want to be behind the scenes. In the makeup, pulling the strings, puppeteer.
Yeah. You're like in the casket and then you rise up and scare everyone down. You'd be so good at that.
My core would be so strong.
So good at that.
A lot of sit-ups. Okay, let's get a Dear Demoted and get out of here.
Yeah, I would like to take this paint off my face.
Okay, this is actually an update from a previous one. So I will just preface that the previous one was a guy had a baby and kept referring to himself as daddy to his colleagues, and that was uncomfortable for them.
And he would do weird shit, like send pictures of his baby's poops.
Yeah, it was all
like,
weird.
Daddy's on cleanup duty.
Yeah, so this is a follow-up for the person who submitted about the guy who kept calling himself daddy. Dear Demoted team, I did have a daddy update if you're interested. The way you both imagined the daddy conversations was 100% accurate. That has not stopped. But my coworker and his wife decided that they no longer want to pay for daycare, so they are instead taking turns bringing their child into their respective offices. For the past 3 weeks, he has brought his child in for the whole day. He brings out a pack and play and sets it up next to his desk 2 to 3 times a week. He doesn't even have an office. It's just a free-range baby running around the office. I love a free-range baby. They taste better. My cubicle isn't near his, but I hear Elmo all day, every day when they're in the office. Multiple times he has asked me if I would like to hold the baby. The baby has wandered over to me and tugged on my pants while I'm on calls, and my coworker constantly comes up to me to show off the baby's fit check. He also has told me that I won't know true love until I have kids of my own. The worst part, though, is that no one seems fazed by this. I am dreading going back into work. Is this normal? Apologies for the long email, but I had to get this off my chest. I am going to grab a chomp stick and look for 100% remote work.
Love that. Love that. Okay.
A nice, calming chomps.
This is a very well-written email. I need to say this to you.
No mistakes, no notes. I fucked up a few pieces.
Yeah. Like, free-range baby.
Free-range baby is hilarious.
I feel like I'm right there with you as I'm seeing the baby tug on your pant leg.
Yeah, same.
The baby fit check. I'm obviously
You're looking
picturing.
down, you're kind of like shaking your leg, like, get off.
What is this thing
off
doing?
me.
Like, you're pulling on the thing. Like, what? That is not a safe workplace. I'm picturing the fit check.
Yeah.
Obviously, the baby has a backwards hat, glasses. It's
little
like,
pandas got the panda Nikes on.
Look at the fit check.
What do you think is fit check? What do you think is fit check?
I kind of can't stand when moms put their kids in like designer stuff. Like, the baby's gonna grow in 2 days.
Yeah, like gone.
Why'd you get Golden Goose sneakers for your baby?
Yeah, you got to be at least 35 to wear those.
Yeah, your foot has to be fully grown. I'm hoping mine is done growing, so I've made that investment.
For all of society, we hope that too.
We do.
We
Size
really
10
do.
and a half.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, you're okay to not. You should be dreading going to work.
Please do not force your baby onto me.
No.
Please, if I want contact with your baby, I will ask.
Yeah, like I was on the airplane the other day. There was a baby in front of me. It was the cutest freaking thing. It was looking back at me the entire time. It was just, I wanted to hold that baby.
Right.
I wanted to eat that baby.
Right.
I wanted it to be a free range baby, hopefully.
Right.
And taste
Throw that thing in the
better.
microwave, nice white meat, just.
Yeah, like I literally wanted to eat
little
that
chicken
baby.
breast. You know there's good protein.
But when you have a baby that I don't give a flying F about.
Get it away from me.
Get
in
it
the
away.
office, like I'm not really trying to like fuck around with your baby.
No.
And like free range baby, really? You're not going to like, someone's got to say something. I am not this guy, but what I would consider doing and tell everyone I was going to do, but then not do because I'm too lazy to do it, is reach out to HR.
100%. That is so inappropriate. This is giving an office where like maybe they like own the company, like how is this allowed?
Yeah. It's weird. This is weird.
Is there like a BYOB policy? Bring your own baby to work?
Like, how about no, Scott? How about no?
I'm sorry you have to deal with daddy. I'm
Like,
sorry
is
you have
the
to
baby
deal with
crying?
the free
Yeah,
range
like-
baby. Like I would get out of there.
I thought this update was going to be positive. It's not.
It's not.
It's worse.
It's way worse.
It's worse. So I'm sorry you're having to deal with that.
Hi, Natalie and Ross. My former employer, Fed IT distributor, was raided by the FBI today. I have friends who are still working there, and they're wondering if they should separate themselves from the scandal and seek employment elsewhere. This company does a ton, billions of dollars of business with all sorts of technologies, and this is the last week before the federal fiscal year ends. What's your advice on corporate scandals, and what would you do if you were working there and the FBI raided your office? Anonymous, please. Your biggest fangirl, S. Thank
I know
you so
exactly who that is.
Yeah,
Because of the S.
We know you. You basically gave yourself away
Way
with
to
that.
dox yourself. I'm showing up to your house.
Okay, S. We found you. We know where you live. Love that. Please sign off with a clever name and or an initial. I feel like it makes it more
Real feeling.
Hester Prynne Scarlet Letter.
I feel like I know you,
I feel like I know you, S.
but you're so mysterious and fun.
and you're kind of wrapped up in this whole scandal issue.
Right.
Or at least
You're
your
going
friends
to,
are.
First of all, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Yeah. You're going to jail for a long time. Get your knee pads and your chapstick because it's going to be rough. It is going to be tough for you. I promise you every day at work is going to feel awful when you're in the yard.
Yep. Okay. So besides being sent to jail, should her friends distance themselves from this scandal?
No, like
It's
the
a good
FBI
talking
doesn't
point.
think,
You had nothing to do with
like,
it.
sorry guys, you're probably a little bit more on the peasant side of things. Weren't necessarily making the big dog decisions.
Yeah. Do you think
like,
you're like, yeah, does that make people question? Yeah. If you're just an early in career person, does that make a new employer question
even
your
if you're a late
integrity, business ethics?
Do you know how many people, like senior executives at Enron, have great jobs still? Like they just move on. The horrible thing about companies is when the companies fuck up, like very rarely do the people get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's like the company pays a giant fine. Oh no, that's nobody's money. That's the company's money. Like maybe the CEO gets
It's
ousted.
like
and they get
Theranos, like people didn't really know. They were like, they thought they had this sick ass job.
Yeah,
Then
well,
they started
Elizabeth
to
Holmes, I
know.
guess, is like a different one. But like on this type of level, it's usually like, unless like FTX would be one example of someone going to, but like something like this is probably someone's getting fired with a severance package. Like they're going to get slapped with a fine. The FBI is not coming after your run-of-the-mill employee who's like working there.
Totally.
It's actually more just a funny like story.
Yeah. Hopefully you're allowed to, I feel like Fed, you can't really like speak about these things.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like
I would want to be sharing that from the rooftops, but S seems really nervous about this getting out.
if I'm S, I'm like, you could pay me to shut up
Totally.
or not.
Or not.
Your choice.
I'm gonna reveal my name on
Your
Demoted.
move.
Your move.
I'm signed S. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think you need to distance yourself. I think you'll be just fine, assuming you weren't calling the shots.
Totally agree.
Okay.
Do they have a shower in our locker room here?
Yeah, oh my God, the sauna, that stuff's going to come right off.
Okay, good.
I already turned it on. It's very, very
It's steamy.
Yeah,
You got the
steamy there.
eucalyptus going.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't
We're going to
wait for
need
that.
it. All right, I'm going to read a review. It is from efish92. It is 5 stars. It says, I'm not really a podcast girly, but Demoted is the exception. Even my husband, who only listens to like 2 podcasts, loves this one. It's my go-to while commuting or working out. Parentheses, can't listen to it in the office due to the sudden outbursts of hysterical laughing. If you haven't listened yet, you should start.
Thank you, eFish.
efish92,
Woo woo.
appreciate you.
Okay, should we do some shout outs?
Let's
Get
do
you
some
on out of
shout-outs,
here.
some
Hi.
shouties.
Hey, Ross and Natalie. I'd like to give a shout out to my work bestie, Claire, who first recommended I listen to Demoted. Thank you. I am now addicted and binged all the time. From Rachel in accounting.
Let's go, Rach. This one's from Dave. Big time shout out to the best in the biz, my coworker Tina. You bring so much class to our otherwise trashy company. I know you're listening to Demoted at work right now. Loving the pod.
I love that. I love when people just hate their company.
Yeah, Dave to
To
Tina.
our piece of shit
This
company.
dumpster fire of a company. You
Yeah.
are the one shining light,
You
Tina.
are the shining light at the end. Okay, next shout out. Yo Corpse. You guys mentioned you should have a mentor who's appeared in an episode a little while ago. For me, it's Stephen H. or Stefan. I'm not sure. I don't think he wants his full name mentioned. IDK. Thanks for always being there as someone to bounce my crazy ideas off of. Some are pretty good, right? Jenny. We're taking a little break next week.
Yeah, just FYI, we're taking a week off. Frankly, we've earned it. I mean, the sauna's also like been working overtime. We can't really pay for the steam. It's
we
need
gotta
some time.
take a week off. I was sick again the other week, and we took that week off, and so we had to do double days.
Yep.
And it was so nice to just get that break,
It was
be able to
nice.
rest up. So we're gonna take that again.
We are gonna take that again, but we will be back the following week, no problem. So as always, go out there, smash that subscribe button.
Slam your broom against that subscribe button.
Yep. Haunt our socials, including Spotify, of course. Leave a spooky comment.
Mummify that like button
Yep.
and put it in a tomb for 1,000 years.
Yeah, I mean, why not just carve a jack-o'-lantern into that subscribe button?
Yeah,
as-
put a clown mask on that like button.
Right.
Shriek when you see it.
Shriek when you see it. Poison some candy and hand it to that like button.
Leave a spooky review.
Please. Email us corporate confessions, dear Demoteds, at contact@demotedpodcast.com or on the website. We love our audio submish, especially stories about farts. And as always,
Tune in next week on
Demoted.
Demoted.